You've seen this symbol thousands of times. On your laptop, your charger, your power bank, your TV, even on hotel walls. That little three-pronged symbol we all instantly recognize as USB. But have you ever stopped and wondered, why does the USB logo look like that? Why arrows? Why circles? Why squares? And why does it look kind of ancient? Today we're breaking down the surprisingly clever story behind the USB logo, and once you hear it, you'll never unsee it again. To understand the logo, we need to go back to the 1990s. Before USB, computers were a mess. You had one port for keyboards, another for mice, different plugs for printers, special ports for scanners, and nothing worked unless you installed drivers manually. Every device had its own cable. Every cable had its own shape. And plugging the wrong thing into the wrong port could cause problems. So engineers had a bold idea. One universal port for everything. That idea became USB, Universal Serial Bus. And when you create something universal, you need a symbol that instantly says, plug things in here, this works. Here's the cool part most people don't know. The USB logo is inspired by Neptune's trident. Yes, the ancient Roman god of the sea. Why a trident? Because a trident represents power and control. The creators of USB wanted a symbol that showed authority, reliability, and the idea of one tool controlling many things. The trident fit perfectly. But instead of weapon tips, they replaced them with symbols. And that's where things get interesting. Look closely at the USB logo. You'll see three different shapes: an arrow, a circle, a square. These aren't random decorations. Each one represents a different type of device. The circle. This represents simple devices like mice and keyboards. Easy communication, low power, straightforward connection. The square. This represents more complex devices like printers and scanners. They send and receive more data. The triangle, arrow. This represents direction and data flow. It shows that information can move both ways. Together the shapes say, one port, many devices, many directions. It's a visual shortcut, a logo that explains USB's purpose without words. Another clever thing about the USB logo is its design style. It's sharp, minimal, easy to recognize, and works at any size. You can engrave it on metal, print it on plastic, shrink it tiny, or blow it up huge. And it still looks like USB. That was intentional. Engineers wanted a symbol that could be stamped onto ports, cables, connectors, packaging, without confusion, even if you don't know what USB stands for. You know what the symbol means. Here's something interesting. USB technology has changed a lot. We've gone from USB 1 to USB 2 to USB 3 to USB-C to fast charging to data speeds faster than old hard drives. But the logo? Mostly unchanged. Why? Because trust matters. When people see the USB symbol, they expect compatibility, safety, reliability. Changing it too much would break that instant recognition. So instead of redesigning the logo, manufacturers added tiny speed labels, extra icons, or color changes. But the core symbol stayed the same. USB-C looks completely different from older USB plugs. It's smaller, reversible, faster, more powerful. So why does it still use the same logo? Because USB-C isn't a new idea. It's an upgrade of the same promise. One port that does everything. Data, charging, video, audio. The logo tells you, this port follows the USB rules. Even if the connector shape changes, the philosophy stays the same. Here's the part people don't appreciate enough. The USB logo didn't just label ports, it taught people confidence. Before USB, people were scared to plug things in. Wrong port, broken computer. USB changed that. The logo silently said, go ahead, plug it in, it's safe. That's powerful design. So the next time you see that little USB symbol, remember, it's not random, it's not just decoration. It's inspired by an ancient symbol of power, redesigned to represent one simple idea. One universal connection for everything. A tiny logo, with a surprisingly smart story behind it. If you enjoyed this breakdown and like learning the hidden stories behind everyday tech, stick around, there's a lot more coming. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. You've seen this symbol thousands